talked about hearing all over campus and all over fix it, and you guys built up and did that. What's it like to essentially be starting over and having to do it again?
Fix it. We're right back to fix it. And again, one of the things that is probably the most important thing is the effort in which to do that, right? So again, there's a lot of things moving really fast for us. Again, but I love the challenge, the opportunity to take something and have it excel. And again, it's going to happen. Those moments with my guys where they oh, hey, this is working or whatever, it's going to come to fruition, I promise you. It's just right now, again, it's a lot of fix it, a lot of going back and redoing, doing it right. And again, maybe going into a period where you have 5 minutes where you want to work a drill and you don't move on till everybody hits it, right? And again, it's just those baby steps. We're right back to that. But again, that's the beautiful thing about this game, right? It's doing the little things right that are going to go the farthest.
And it's going to be a lot of certainly new names for us, but probably some new guys working with for you. Can you give us an overview of kind of who you have where, tackle, guard, center, just the big picture? Yeah,
so it's kind of everybody's playing everything. Right now, I got really the only two guys that aren't moving that much are Justice and Ty Furnish inside, right? And then at the guards, you got Noah and Derek, right? And then Leach has been playing in there a little bit. Derek's been playing out at right tackle a little bit. You got, Charlie Patterson's, getting his feet wet at left tackle. He's again, I think it's just he's gotten a lot better in the weight room and obviously needs to keep going. But technically, I got to make sure I protect him, that he doesn't do or get outside of himself with that. And then Leach has been really good at right tackle for us, but it's kind of a rotating deal. Having Logan Taylor still on the mend a little bit obviously would help things immensely. But again, the bottom line is the effort in which whatever five it is that are out there, I got to have their maximum effort.
Thank you.
From the daily progress, I guess kind of along those lines, how willing are you to try guys at different spots just because maybe you haven't seen them play guard or play tackle, just because maybe they don't have a ton of reps under their belt?
Yeah, no, and again, it's real simple, and hopefully you get into a situation where at least one of the five can snap, but you got to find that combination of your best five. You have to do that. And again, if it's a non-traditional thing, then it's a non-traditional thing, or a guy you're teaching them. Today we had a new guy over there snapping, and you know what? Every snap was on the belt. He's got a little bit of work to do underneath the center, but it was good to see that. So having those roles expand, but still being able to focus on the small things, right, is kind of the message for this first part of spring.
And for your players, how eager have you noticed they are just for the opportunity to play?
Yeah, exactly. I took them all, sat them down, and said it'd kind of be embarrassing that if a kid came in here in fall camp or over the summer and took your job. Honestly, for being real, there's 15 practices. And so if someone who didn't have those 15 practices comes in here and takes your job, probably should be embarrassed. So again, the opportunity to get those reps, and again, one of the things that was really unique about Derek. So last spring, Chris Glazer was down. So Derek took every rep, and he was on target to have an amazing fall. An amazing fall. He had grown leaps and bounds in what we were doing, and I was bummed because he should have equivalent to probably Bissinger's snaps if he would have stayed, if he would have stayed healthy. So those things, when you have this opportunity, this raw time to get those reps, you got to make the most of it. And I was very impressed with how Derek handled that last spring.
Coach, you kind of talked about it there, but you had these grad transfers coming in. I know you're focused, and Derek says you're not even worried about them, but do you keep that in the back of your mind when you're working it in?
Got to coach the guys that are here, man. Got to coach the guys that are here. Obviously, there's a plan for when they get here. I'm meeting with them off to the side via this great technology of Zoom and implementing stuff, but you got to coach the guys that are here. And I'm telling them all the time, man, you better be doing two things. you better be power cleaning and you better be running, right? Because Coach Elliott's not messing around with the tempo.
And then also for you, how much do you just relish this opportunity to kind of do this again and kind of work with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. There's nothing like getting in the grease with them, you know, getting my hands dirty, and I mean, there's no greater feeling as a coach to take someone and develop them, right? Even as a grad transfer, to develop them and to see them excel in their opportunities. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better as a coach.
Coach Jerry Rich, can you talk about what it was like back in late in the recruiting process when you seemed to be all over the country, landing like 8 guys in 8 days? What was that like?
Yeah, there was, I'd have to write down on a piece of paper in the hotel room where I was, so when I woke up in the morning, I knew where I was and where I was going next. It was awesome. It was amazing. To me, there's 3 reasons I coach college football. 1, Saturdays. 2, practice. And 3, getting to know my players. And so when I'm able to get into that period where I can go see their families, I can find out their why, I can see where they train, those things, I can't get that back. And so that drives me to get the best version of myself every day. And I want those kids to see that, what they're getting in a position coach, what they're getting in a head coach. You know, Coach Elliott was keeping up with me, so it was fun to have that be a part of it as well.
Well, did you put a lot of pressure on yourself during that time? Because, I mean, you were recruiting the guys you were going to coach.
Yeah, there's always that opportunity to make sure you have your allotments in your rooms as far as scholarships. But again, it's the quality of player. To me, it's the quality of player. And the guys that are coming in that aren't here yet, they are going to be good football players. They're going to be really good football players. And some of them are a little bit farther ahead than others, but they're going to be really good football players.
Thank you.
Coach, you mentioned that Derek grew leaps and bounds. During this offseason, which players do you feel like also grown leaps and bounds as far as one of the younger guys?
Noah Josie, again. You know, I think Ty Furnish has done a really good job. Derek, you know, and my dark horse, my sleeper is Mr. Leach. I'm excited to see him once he fully grasps the concepts of what we're trying to do. I'm excited to see how he's going to move forward with it. He's got a phenomenal opportunity in front of him to secure a spot.
With that group that left last year, that was 5 years of coaching. A lot of those guys were with you for so long, and they grew those leadership traits that you wanted. Have you seen any of those younger guys, maybe Derek or Noah, that really kind of stepped into those roles that those guys left?
Yeah, you know, and that's one of the things I love about the ability to be a leader, right? And really, how do you define a leader, right? What is a leader? To me, it's someone who makes someone around them better, right? It's easy to go off and do something by yourself. There's discipline. I don't want to shortchange. There's discipline in doing that as well. But when you bring others with you and raise them up, right? So all those guys that opted to leave or graduate or go in the NFL, they have a responsibility to pass that along to the next guy. And I think it worked. The truth will be told here towards the end of spring and as we get into summer, where there's a lot of individual time. But honestly, like it was Ryan Swoboda's job to pass that down to Logan Taylor. It was Olu's job to pass that down to Ty Furnish. Chris Glazer to pass that down to Noah. I mean, that's how you make a place better than when you found it. And so if they didn't do that, which I know they did, then now they're shortchanging their institution.
Final question for me. Your title now has also recruiting coordinator. That title has evolved a lot in the last few years, especially with, you know, NIL and transfer portal. What are the biggest challenges now in this day of age of college football?
Well, so I think, honestly, it's finding who wants to make the most of their opportunity here at UVA. That's the most important part, right? I get it. This is not for everybody, and not everybody could do it. But, right, finding those 1s, 2s, 3s that can, that fit, that take pride in the V-Cross saber on the side of the head, repping the state of Virginia. To me, it's finding those guys. All that other, the NIL, transfer portal, those are all necessary, and I'm a big fan of them in certain ways, in certain parts, and they're all a part of college football, and you have to embrace that and have a plan. But most importantly, who wants to play at the University of Virginia? Who wants to play for the state of Virginia, right? Who wants to win the ACC? Those are the guys we're looking for.
Thank you.
Coach, along those lines, when you say who wants to play for the University of Virginia, Derek is a guy who's stuck it out for a lot of years. Had the option, obviously. You've seen kids do it, coming and going in the portal, grad transfer. He stuck it out. Why do you think that is, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything, right? And not to cut the guys that left. They found opportunities that were good for them, or whatever the circumstances were. But to me, it's loyalty. Loyalty is everything, right? I mean, you can't replace that, right? So, yeah, am I on Derek? Am I coaching Derek a little bit harder, a little bit more? Absolutely, right? That's my dude, right? He could have followed the crowd, right? But he chose to stay. He chose to represent the University of Virginia. He chose to be a man in the offensive line room. There's a lot of things that go into staying, right? A lot of things. And it could have been easy, but he made the hard choice, in my opinion.
And when you think about that, however it shakes out for the starting lineup, if he gets there, what kind of an impact can a guy like that have in your room, in your locker room, with that level of loyalty?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything, right? Again, if I can count on him, he can count on me. I can count on my brother next to me, right? Those things, those traits you cannot replace. You just can't plant a seed and grow that. Those are things that are inherently brought up. I mean, what an amazing family. Parents have done a great job of raising him, and he knows what's important to him and his responsibilities and his duties to fulfill those.
Thank you.
Awesome. You guys are amazing, man. You guys have a phenomenal week, and I'll see you later.